Yo, what is up, guys? Today, I'm taking a look at the Ducky One Two SF keyboard. Mine in particular has Cherry MX red switches. And this is going to be a review on why I regret buying this keyboard and also why I recommend it to some people, which is kind of contradicting, but I'll explain. So, when I first tried this keyboard, and I felt the switches, my first impression was, holy smokes, those are really, really scratchy. And I was coming from lubed Gateron Reds, which A, Gateron Reds are totally smoother than Cherry Reds, and B, they were lubed. So I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess I just remember the Gateron stocks being much better than this. So I got this maybe around Christmas time. So that was about 2 months ago. So I've had a good amount of time with this board, and it's smoothed out in a lot of ways. Literally, the switches I use for gaming a lot. So the first few number keys, I use some. These are my build keys for Fortnite, which I don't play much anymore, but WASD specifically has definitely smoothed out. Whereas other keys like kind of JKL and the higher number keys are still kind of scratchy. So that seems like something that you kind of got to work out. But to someone who hasn't felt lube switches before, I don't think it's going to be a problem, to be honest. It's definitely going to be smoother than a brown, and probably smoother than blue or a green if you are weird. But yeah, so it's, for most people, if you haven't gotten into the hobby and really like lube switches or anything and felt a good switch, then these will be fine. In terms of build quality of the board, there's minimal deck. Oh my god, there is minimal deck flex. The one thing I do have to say though is that the aluminum plate that they use, I'll hit a key really hard so you can hear it, but and the space bar especially, you hear a lot of high pitched sound, and that's because that's ping. The ping on this board is pretty bad, and the structures of the board itself do not help. For a lot of people, it's not going to make a difference, but for me, coming from GK61, which already had bad acoustics, but with those lube switches and the lube springs, pretty much dumbed down any of the ping that was going to be there. And that's why I regret getting this board in a nutshell, is because I had a good board already. I would recommend this board to anyone, who is already like getting into mechanical keyboards and this is their first entry. I would totally recommend this board. I think especially if you're like maybe an office worker, or not an office worker, if you work in an office with other people around you and you can get the silent version, this thing, it looks professional. Maybe the white might not, but to be honest, and these keycaps, by the way, these are HK Gaming Pegaso keycaps, and I'm gonna make their own review on this after I've had them I've only had them for about a week, but basically first of all, they're really good. That's my first impressions, but these are not the stock keycaps. Stock keycaps are basically black shine through PBT keycaps, and they're good and they're relatively professional. I'm gonna show you the actual RGB. So here it is. Obviously, it does not look like it should because these are not shine through. But in terms of the controls for the RGB, like it's pretty good. And so, for example, right here, this is like the regular color, and my favorite color is like kind of teal, so that's why I have it on this. But if you could like see, and so pressing these keys, Z, X, and C, so this is Z is red. So if I press red, red is going to get brighter. And if I press green, green's going to get brighter. And you can kind of mix your combination of colors by doing this. So this is like a cool like white pink, and it's pretty cool. It's basically make your own color, which to be honest I like, but I know, oh, am I doing it right? I'll keep it at that. Not a lot of people like it. It would be better if there was a software. They said they were going to make a software. To be honest, I can't find it anywhere. So if anyone can find it, like I guess maybe link in the description or say where to find it in the description or the comments. But yeah, I can't find it. But I don't really use RGB anyways, so it works out for me. So this is more focusing technical anyways. But the keycaps themselves, the stock ones, they're really good. PBT was really like rough and grippy and really good for gaming. A lot of people like smooth. For example, these are really smooth, and honestly, I don't even think they're PBT, even though they advertised it. But I like the smooth better, and if you like rough, it is definitely good for gaming because you get a good grip. In terms of the layout of the keys, everything is great. So I love but I love the these kind of three sets of, this is delete, page up and page down, which I use for kind of macros essentially. These are Discord macros, so that I'll screen share if I have a game open. This is mute, and this is deafen. So it's just really useful, and this is the one thing that I do not miss, or I would miss if I had switched back to my GK61, is these multimedia keys basically. The one thing that drives me crazy about this layout is this freaking 2U shift. You can see I'm using a 0 key for the shift. And that's because my keycap set didn't come with a 2U shift. And none really do. I'm pretty sure the only ones that do are like already $90 keycap sets, and then that's just too much money. I'm not spending that much. And this 0 key, I mean, it works, but it's just kind of annoying. Like, it doesn't stand out. The blue should be like all the way around, but it's not because of the 0 key. And to be honest, I just don't know why they chose the that layout. It doesn't make sense to me. Because they could have easily moved the arrow keys this way and then left the gap here. Whatever. Other than that, this keyboard is really good. So if you are getting into mechanical keyboards for the first time and you want a quality one that's going to last you, or you kind of want a more professional one than, like, say, a Razer or a Huntsman, or Huntsman is Razer, I'm an idiot, or a Logitech, this is a good entry for you. I would definitely recommend it. A more budget alternative for more professional is there's a G-Skill keyboard. If you just search G-Skill, I guess G-Skill Cherry MX Red keyboard. It's not the Rip Jaws. I think, honestly, I'm hold on, let me look this up. KM360 keyboard. Sorry about that, but KM360 keyboard. I'll link it in the description. That's what you want if you're going for a cheap budget professional looking. But if you want a kind of a more long lasting, this one's at least more kind of in the market and more trusted by a lot of people. And the stabilizers, they are pretty good. You can definitely still hear rattle, but that's one of the main selling points of this board is their stabilizers. So yeah, I would just say that for the most part, this is a good keyboard for most people. But if you already have a keyboard, honestly, don't see this as your upgrade path. I would say your mouse is going to be a bigger deal, and honestly, just saving the money, because times are tough right now and you never know when you're going to need money. So probably don't spend it on this, I think, 170 keyboard shipped like I did. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.